This is DB Automotive. Okay, so it's been a little while since I last posted up a video, and I know that I promised to have them a lot more regularly, but this winter's just been very, very busy. With the household side of things, we've managed to put in a deck and a pergola, a covered pergola, and we've just furnished it. So there's quite a lot of work involved with that. But my HX Ute, I'm slowly getting it to the point where I'm liking it. You might see that we've got new wheels on it. Well, they're old wheels. They're Ward wheels from New Zealand. They're quite light and they're very unusual. So 14 by 7s, so I can fit a 245 on the rear and a 205 on the front. Now I actually prefer that combination than say a bigger tyre on the front. I've had Utes in the past aquaplane, so that's not fun. Now, you may be wondering what the trailer on the back is for. Well, I'm not a big fan of cruising around with a caravan. Now, this was something I touched on a previous video about, I guess it must have been 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago. It's a sleep pod. So when I go to car shows such as Kumu and that, I have everything in there, including my bed. It's a proper bed, and I just lift the door, and I'm not setting up a tent or anything. Now, I could buy those little K-pods and little pods that you see around the place. Now, brand new, those things are worth about 20k. Now, that's a horrendous amount of money. 2/3 of the Ute. I'd rather spend it on the car. So, now I picked up this airport shuttle trailer, and I believe I picked it up for about $1,500. And I figured, well, all I'm going to do is sleep in it. So, why do I need to spend 20-25k on a little what are they called, teardrop shaped caravan? Okay, now they do have all the amenities, but most of the time you're camping near a food source anyway, such as a town or something, so you can just go in and get something to eat easy. I don't really need to barbecue anything, but you can take small camping stoves and stuff in it. So tell you what, why don't I grab you and take you for a walk around things that I have done to the Ute and the trailer. Okay, here we go. Right, may as well start with the Ute first, I believe. So those are the wheels. As I say, they're Ward, which is W-A-R-D, Ward wheels. 245s on the rear, 205s on the front. Now, I wouldn't mind lowering the back a bit, probably by about 1.5 inches, so I'm going to have to get some lowering blocks. Now, I do have other wheels. I've got some very nice Rays 18-inch wheels to go on here. I do need an adapters to convert it from 120.65 PCD to 120 PCD. Also, with Commodores, they need like a plus 35 on their rims, whereas the HQs are plus 0, plus or minus, they have completely neutral. So I need some wheel spacers, at least 30mm, to space out the Commodore rims to get the track correct. So we'll see how we go with that. Also, the next thing I'm going to need to do is get another steering wheel. Well, I've already got a Momo steering wheel, but I need to get a steering wheel boss kit, probably a Momo one as well, because they do them for the old HQs, which is kind of cool. Let's just open that. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I've put the seat, lowered the seat by another 2 inches. I was finding it quite difficult to get in. As you know, I'm a little bit of a round person. Round is a shape, so I am in shape. But so I couldn't get my legs underneath the steering wheel, so I've lowered the seat a bit. It makes life a hell of a lot easier. But I'll get the Momo steering wheel in there, which is a slightly smaller diameter, and things will be a lot better. Right. And you can see why I want to lower the back end a bit. It's like a 4x4 back there. Okay, let's get on to the sleep pod. So I don't think it's going to be too difficult to put a bed in here, and like I say, it's got a cavernous space, so stuff a bed in there with like a full-size bed with a single mattress, and underneath that base, because I think I could put it down low, like I could put it just on the floor, but I think if I have it up a little bit, so if I have it, so it just goes over the wheel arch, so I can be right up against the back wall. Because it's going to be up, I'll have a lot of space, storage space underneath the base. So I can have a lot of camping equipment stored under the base, such as spare tents for anyone, seating, barbecue. I can put barbecues, camp stoves, all sorts of things. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that. Hell, we could even put the spare wheel in under there, but we'll see. And so, yeah, personally, I think that's going to be quite a good little setup. I know that it tows well. We towed it down here from Hamilton. Now, let me just put you back on the stand. Now, some of you may be wondering what I'm doing with the bus behind here. That is up for sale, and I have got what I consider a fairly reasonable price on it, but apparently it's not that reasonable because no one's bought it yet. And that's fine. What we're looking at is being able to utilise it, maybe not as a bus, but I do have another project in mind for it. Now, it should be a rather interesting project, and maybe next year we'll get on to it. So this year and over Christmas, I will paint it and clean it and get the insulation out of it and put new insulation in it. So yeah, just watch this space, because what I do with it, I'm picking, is going to be really, really interesting, and maybe interesting for you guys to be watching as I carry on. So I think that's pretty much it for the day. Look, thank you very much for taking your time to watch. If you've managed to make it this far and you're new to the channel, you may be wondering what the hell's all going on. So my philosophy is renew, restore, reuse, rebuild. So I've went out and got my old ute back, which is for me a great accomplishment. I could have bought a new ute. I could have bought a Commodore ute for the price I paid for this, but this has more soul, more style, more class. So if you're going to do it, yeah, that I've already explained is going to be an interesting side project. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So guys, thank you for taking the time to watch the channel. If you like what you see, hit like and subscribe. If you've got any questions, by all means ask them. I try to reply to all questions. If you want to know more about the ute, ask. If you've got questions that you want answered on the channel, the next video I'll do a answer and question video if people are interested in that sort of thing. So it's all up to you. I'll just cater it to what you guys want. Other than that, you have a great day. Thank you for taking the time. Bye.